Welcome to Accounting High.
Because this is the thing, to all practitioners, especially young ones, you start in your firm. The client's last accountant probably isn't as bad as the client is telling you they are. I don't never pay attention to that. Y'all disrespecting the game, man. Disrespecting the accounting game. Because, I mean, like, do you go to your doctor and tell them what to prescribe you? No. Did you go to an attorney and say, well, you know, look at this statute here. Even if you did it, you don't bring it up to them. Me and us. Oh, yeah, I was reading Google and blah, 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 blah.
So one of the lyrics in one of my raps is, I can't leave accounting alone. The game needs me. I like how you called it the game. You got to respect the game.
Got to respect the game, man. And that's what I'm saying. They don't respect the game. Look, I'm on a movement. We got to reclaim. I will guarantee you, as professionals in accounting, we get some of the ridiculous questions ever. Like, I had a guy doing something. He sent me a quotation from like Newsweek as a basis for what should happen.
May I have your attention, please?
If you're listening on the show, hear what Accon can do for you.
It's accounting integrators. We're integrating Google Sheets with different accounting software. Xero's, QuickBooks, Sage, FreshBooks. We do two-way synchronization to download raw data, reports, consolidation reports, and do bulk upload.
Corey, you want to say a couple words? You're like the student sitting in the front row.
Where do you see people using the product more? Like, is it more in the reporting or the data side?
Why you really using Accon? To automate the process. So basically, we're helping accountants, business owners to have these numbers as accurately as possible and as fast as possible. We're managing a lot of data in both directions.
This excites me. As someone that's coming from building custom integrations, this is basically a tap into the API, pulling invoice data, location data, payment data, line items, customers, right? This becomes very powerful. It's more than just reporting.
You're limited by your imagination.
Yes, that's true.
One of the key features is not only that two-way sync for a lot of people, but I think it's just extracting raw data. It's great to have report, and those are super valuable, but where my head went to is like building some of the working papers for the balance sheet. If you can start to pull some transaction level detail or account level detail, that can automate a lot of the accounting process that many people just don't like doing.
This is a huge, huge unlock. I've been wanting to do things like this forever with access to all the data pieces. You can pull data from one client and another and compare them all.
And then you can go even further, right? It will be your dashboards. This will be your BI solutions, your presentation layers. And that will give you huge visibility, right, to the client. They don't like to dig in numbers. They want to see it colorful on the graph, your next presentation layer. People use us a lot this way too.
You could also export that data into your QuickBooks or Xero.
That can be done too, yep.
Ooh. Secure, automated, easy, two-way sync. Head explosions going on. That's awesome. What can our listeners do? What can they do to sign up? Like, this is the call to action here.
They can access us through our website or go to Google Workspace Marketplace, type Accon, and you will have all our products there. Install it and go ahead.
G-Accon, what's the website URL? We can put that in the notes.
Accon, accon.services.
Okay.
You guys have a 14-day free trial for anyone that wants to test it out, experiment. That's what I'll be doing next.
It's absolutely free. They don't have to put any credit cards. We just want them to be comfortable and see if it still really works for them. Go and try us out.
May I have your attention, please?
Welcome to Accounting High. It's freshman year at a brand new school. Here, we have no rules in place as we're on a mission to set our own traditions. So hang tight and learn with us as we grow. At Accounting High, you can expect to gain knowledge in a completely different way than what you may be used to, with some fun and oftentimes colorful conversations. Whether you loved high school or you hated it, here's your chance to be a part of an unforgettable experience redone. While you're here, don't forget to follow us on Spotify or subscribe on Apple Podcasts or wherever you may be listening to us right now so you don't miss out on any new episodes. And feel free to leave us a 5-star review letting us know how the school year is treating you. In addition, share this episode on social media, tagging us at Accounting High. So sit back, relax, and open your mind because class is in session.
I repeat, may I have your attention, please?
This is another public service announcement brought to you in part
by Accounting High.
The views and events expressed here are
of the next generation of accounting and tech professionals leading this space.
The events and suggestions are not to be taken lightly. Children should not partake in the listening
of this podcast.
Anything else?
Yeah.
So without further ado, introducing the star of our show,
Scott Scarano and Jason Ackerman.
we're gonna have a problem here.
Class is in session. Jason, you want to introduce our guest?
James Heyward.
Yep, that's me.
A name I can pronounce, which I love.
Wow.
We've got some
like
weird
that.
ones. Those ones in Canada, they've got like, vowels and you got a nice American name. James
Hey,
Heyward.
man, that's official. Well, thank you. This is wow. Okay, nice thing you got going on here. I already see how this could potentially go down.
Yeah, you're gonna want to probably change professions immediately after this podcast, but we'll see.
Yeah. No, I'm good though. All right, that's like being at home. You're bananas.
Yeah, it's
You're bananas. I can already tell you're bananas. So
we're
all
like
right.
the crazy ex-wife you never wanted to see again, but there's two of us
Wow.
for an hour.
Wow. All right. Well, I'm here. I'm in the building. I'm in my house, so it's all good. Man. But I'm glad to be here. Wow.
Cool. So let's set the stage here. Do you want to tell us how you got into accounting, how you became a CPA? Start at the beginning.
Start at the beginning. It started long time ago. Well, that'll give away my age. But look, my father's an accountant, so I grew up doing accounting, and from there, always doing stuff with him. I went to school for not accounting because they didn't have a major. Always worked with him doing things. I was in the music business. I was doing all this other stuff. Then eventually I got married, bought a house, and I was like, yo, I got to get something a little more straightforward. I ended up, my father was like, yo, just get your, he never got a CPA license. He was like, get your CPA license. And I went.
So we were formerly the artists known as Sons of CPAs, which we've converted that to Accounting High.
Yeah.
So we don't have to make a comment about your dad not being a CPA.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying it for the story. He said he never got it, so he was like, yeah, you go ahead and get it. And this is going mostly the accountant. So a friend of his was like, yeah, that's a license to steal. I said, all right. So we did that. And
I like that. I'm going to put that on my website.
Yeah. So it was like, we went ahead and did that. And then I went and got work experience because I don't have an accounting degree. My degree is in sociology. So, but I went back, took the courses I need to sit.
Well, let's also set the stage. Where was your dad? Where did you grow up? Where were you?
Queens. Yeah.
Queens. Okay.
Just came back from there. Yeah,
Queens, New York.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm from. So
Like Run DMC.
Different block, but
Different
same
block.
borough. Same borough.
I went to NYU, so I dated
okay.
a girl that lived in Fresh Meadows, which is in Queens.
Yeah, north side.
Yeah.
Didn't go over there much, did you?
She was Cantonese. I went over there when I had to.
Yeah.
When she was like,
okay.
if you don't
When
come
I
over,
had
I'm going to kill you. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll come over now. Long subway ride, then you had to take a bus.
Yeah, that's Queen style. So there you go. Yeah, the train doesn't go as deep into the neighborhoods as it needs to.
Yeah.
So anyhow, so then I got, I went to work for a minute. I always planned on having my own practice. I mean, I wasn't going to be a big four guy, even though I could be. Sometimes I look at what they're paying now. I'm like, could I do that for a year? But
Well, also you went to where'd you go to college?
went to Duke. Yeah.
You went to Duke. Yeah. So that wasn't cheap.
Nah, but compared to now, it was on sale. I tell people all the
Wait,
time.
you were there like during the heyday of basketball. You were there the Christian Laettner years.
Yeah, I was there when it started. Won the national championship my freshman year.
Yeah, that's like
I did freshman year, boom. Then sophomore year. Then
Really?
Yeah, they're back to back.
2 championships?
Yeah, they were back to back. So yeah,
that's like the most famous.
Yeah,
you guys beat. Did you beat Michigan, or they lost the round before and then you beat UNLV? Is that what happened?
No, it wasn't Michigan.
You beat Kentucky, obviously, which is the big.
Kentucky to go to the regional.
Yeah, that's the most famous game, the Christian Laettner shot.
Yeah. I won this. No.
That was a Final Four game. That was so.
Yeah, the UNLV game was the Final Four.
Yeah,
that beat the UNLV in the Final Four and then beat Kansas for national championship that first year. So that's a little something. This is the second time in 2 days I've actually discussed this. That's really weird. You got my phone log or something?
So like,
good.
We're tapped in.
Yeah, I see you. You're a little tapped in. Yeah,
we're just looking at your LinkedIn profile. There's
Oh wow, sweet.
We know everything about you now.
Yeah, everything that I published.
So how did a child from Queens find Duke?
The official answer is they used to play North Carolina on TV all the time. So I picked all the schools I applied to. I picked because of basketball, like for real. Mm-hmm. Like I applied to Syracuse. I applied.
Did you play basketball?
I mean, in the street, but
okay,
it was not like that. It was just
big fan.
Yeah. Well, on TV, and college wise, college sports is different in New York because it's a pro town. So they only show premier games, Duke, Carolina, and then all the big.
You had St. John's was good then, though. Where did that?
Yeah, St. John's was pretty good, but I was getting out of town, man. I had to go. So I could have went to Syracuse, but I was like, man, it's too cold up there. Yeah. Then I applied to Carolina. I could have went to Carolina, but my father was like, yo, Duke's a pretty good school. I ain't know what Duke was. I ain't know where it was or anything. I was like, oh, okay, I'll apply there. Then I got in. And he was like, yeah, he wanted to, because he wanted to go to Duke when he was growing up, but that was not going down right there. A little Jim Crow thing going on. So he wasn't able to go. So he knew about the school and he told me and I applied.
So your grades in high school, like something,
he wasn't like you in high school.
Duke's
he wasn't like you.
I got into Carolina. I mean, that's a decent school, but
well, I mean,
it's not Duke.
But see, mind you, like I wasn't all on it. I didn't know. I knew nothing about this school, like at all. Sure. So I came and visited, and my grades were okay. I did what I had to do, join in clubs senior year, show my well-roundedness, It got and I got in. I mean, I'm not a traditional learner, so I've never been a traditional learner. I learned more from vocation. So, I did my thing. Now we're not going to talk about what my grades were at Duke because they don't put it on the diploma. The point is, I finished.
At least you got a diploma, though.
Exactly.
Right?
It's back there. It's my shoulder right there.
I see it.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. CPA license next to that. So but it was great. I mean, unfortunately, I didn't know how to take more advantage of the resources that I had there, but it's working out. I'm still plugged into the school, probably more than when I went there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, it was a thing and then they don't offer, they didn't offer like an accounting major. So I was like, I'll do sociology. One, because they had marketing.
It's pretty far from accounting though. Sociology?
Yeah, I know, but I got to school. All the athletes were sociology majors. I was like, I'll go with them. They hang out with them.
Communications.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, but it really does help, even in our this business, this thing of ours.
It's probably better to major in that than accounting, because the way they teach accounting now, it's like accounting was in 1950. It's not the same.
Yeah, I got opinions on that too. But so I did it, and then I said, I was off in the music. I was doing college radio, DJing, stuff like that. I was going to have a record label and all that. Then I made a left turn in Albuquerque and ended up back where I started. Because when I was graduating high school, I was going to be an accountant. So if I had stayed in New York and went to Pace or, one of the SUNY schools, I would have probably been an accountant and probably most likely would not be one right now. But yeah, so it all worked out.
That's interesting.
When you hear that Scott's
I gotta,
rapping as an ex-music professional, what are your thoughts on that?
No, I mean the wordplay is good. We didn't go over a beat for him to do his cadence. But the way he talks, I think he'd be all right. The voice is good.
I've been working on it. I wrote my daughter a rap for her 15th birthday. We had a quinceañera and I performed it.
Oh wow!
I bet she loved
another
that.
Eminem song. She did. She cried. My wife cried. Everybody liked it. Yeah,
this guy got talent. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I put people in tears, and I didn't know if it was laughter or crying, but I think it was both.
Doesn't matter.
Pretty sure it was both. Intentionally, it was both.
Yeah.
It was like there's a lot of humor in there too.
Yeah. So yeah, you're the guy. So I think his rapping it will be fine. I can't wait.
I took a left turn too. You say you took one at Albuquerque. I took one in Carolina, but I ended up leaving accounting and then going back to it after my left turn. But like you said, like you probably wouldn't still be into it. Now it's almost like I'm taking another left turn again as I'm maturing in my career too, which is a little crazy. But
no, it's cool. You becoming a media mogul. It's cool.
Trying.
Yeah. Don't. His head's getting so.
Don't
big.
encourage him.
I'm
It's
already
already there, yeah.
No, I'm just saying. It's all relative. You doing.
Next time you
something
see him, he's gonna have an even bigger chain.
We'll go
He's gonna have a
offline.
bigger chain.
I'll show you my stuff. Well, the bigger chain comes later. That's the 2 chains. Right?
Oh, whoa!
So we'll get there.
I see how. Yeah, so it's cool though. It's cool. Nah, but yeah, definitely. The music.
So you took your left turn, and what would you say led you back to accounting, or led you back into it?
Oh, well, what led me back is one of my turns included having a retail record store. I sold vinyl at DJs. And then as that decreased, I had to get out of it. But while doing it, some days I was more interested in managing the ledger than actually selling records. And I was like, man, you know what? Yeah. And as I said, I was always doing work for my pops anyway, but I was like, yo, let's work on this here. And
was the record store in North Carolina or New York?
In Durham, on the West End, Chapel Hill Street. Yeah. So it was called Mad Wax, and it still lives in the memories of many. So I wish I had a T-shirt done. I would have worn it on here, like Mad Wax T-shirt. It would have been crazy.
I like the name, Mad Wax. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's so I'm going to do something with it because I am an entrepreneur. I don't get enough. It's just like I do stuff. I have to stop myself from finding another idea and start incubating it. I have enough ideas right now, but I think it's to get me back was a combination of I wanted to do consulting actually. I wanted to work with small businesses, but I didn't want to get an MBA. I was like, I don't want to get no MBA. Ain't doing that. Everybody got to
go back to school.
Yeah. So I said, well, let me get CPA license. And as I said, I got my advice for people. And I went to Durham Tech, took all the necessary courses I needed.
Get your hours.
Yep. Got the hours and took the test. Did it in pretty good speed, though. I had to do 2 retakes, but I was working full time while I was doing the test. So it was kind of crazy, but I got it done. It'll be, wow. I think in October, I'll actually have had the license since about 14 years.
Wow.
Well, I should have some more bread, man. Yo, anyway. So that's all right. That's another conversation for a different podcast. So, but it got me back. I mean, I started working in accounting. Oh, I mean, I actually like accounting. I mean, I do. At a higher level, it's just that at a point, there's certain things I've done since I was a kid. I want to talk to someone about a bank reconciliation and my favorite, should I be an LLC or a sole proprietor and all that. And I'm like, yeah, well, look, and part of my mind is like, you're not making any money. Who cares? It doesn't matter.
That's what I say. These people are like, hey, I made myself an S Corp. I'm making like $1,000 a year. I'm like, you're an idiot.
So you the guy to say all the things that we think. All right, so
I'm a little bit like, I'm like, that's not the way I would have done it.
He calls it radical candor.
I don't think I'd call it radical candor, but yeah.
It's radical. But that's
it's radical. All right. I don't know.
Yeah. So you know,
you got your CPA. Did you immediately start your firm? What's the name of your firm?
Heyward CPA.
Heyward
LLC.
CPA.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's not what I did. I was working,
very original. Yeah. Not like Mad Wax.
No, not like Mad Wax.
But you were in North Carolina, so you kind of have to have your name on it.
Yeah, you don't really have a choice.
Do, but do you still have to do that now in North Carolina?
They may have lightened it up now.
I think this is your chance to bring Mad Max back.
Mad Wax. Mad Wax. That's the point. Yeah.
Well, that exists, but it's for something else. It's for my music endeavors. And I just say we'll stick. I'm keeping it simple with the firm. The firm is there to just be simple because I don't want to deal with our association and all that. The less I got to deal with them, the better things are.
Sure. Yeah.
So no, I worked 2 more years. I was working in private industry at that time. So it was weird because they tell you about getting a CPA license, and in private industry, there's not like an automatic recognition of, now you're a CPA. This, there's another path for you now. It's just like, okay, cool. Here, we doing this
pay bump.
Yeah, maybe a poco wasn't enough to make me excited, and then so we did that. I did it for 2 years, and I still have my side clients all the time. But in 2010, January 1, I was like, yeah, this is it. 6 more months. I'm out of here. I left it. January 1 of 2010. Yeah. And I left there 6/27/21 or 01, whatever the year was, 6/27/2010, and officially launched July 1 of 2010. So that's what I use as the anniversary date. So, but it was strategic. I got out because one of the things in private industry, what I was wary of is going up the income ladder. And then it'll be hard to walk away, Yeah. You can get 120, 130,000, and you like, wow, yeah. So I had to get out. I had to get out before that happened. So
it's a lot of records.
Yes, a lot of records. You need a lot of records to sell to make that kind of money. But so I did it. I got out, and but.
You just need one good record.
Yeah, you only need one hit. See, he knows what time it is.
Need one hit.
You're only one hit away at all times. That's it. One hit away. Then you out this. Now I guess you need.
Well, not in the public accounting world.
No, not in public. Oh God, if you get one hit, you're screwed. Now you
are screwed. You're right. Yeah. I've been through that. I've been there.
Yeah, like
you get that one client. Yeah.
Yeah, unless they servicing. But I heard a story. A friend of mine told me about a practitioner. Dude had like 2 clients and was making $500K a year. He just did everything for him.
He basically was private. He was just working for those 2 clients.
Yeah, basically. So hey, that's what you want to do. But I'm following this path. I want to be able to do my I do the podcasting and stuff now, but want to be able to just
you got your LinkedIn Live, you got your podcast, so you're still kind of blending your old life and your new life.
Exactly. And that's what I've been trying to find out. That's what I've been trying to determine how to do that, because I did college radio too. So I have radio experience. Used to do a video show. I got that experience. So now it's trying to get it all together, and I got some ideas. So that's where the Mad Wax will come in. Mad Wax. You will see Mad Wax. I'll let it out the box.
TBD.
Yeah, no doubt.
But that's kind of like, that's the theme of a lot of conversations these days is finding your passion and mixing it with your purpose and blending all that together to do something that you get some fulfillment out of, that you're also serving.
Yeah.
Serving your serving your base, whoever that is, whoever your target market is.
Yeah. I mean, and it's different. Yeah, I sometimes I feel fortunate that I didn't study accounting in college, because, accounting is accounting. Like the practice of accounting is accounting. So some of these other things that have colored my experiences, especially in entertainment or what have you, it kind of feels good, because I'm like, and I'm starting to put the pieces together to understand how to do what you just.
Well, wait. What is accounting? For our listeners that don't know. Give us your definition of it, or when you say accounting is accounting, what does that mean?
Well, in my definition is accounting is the recording of basically the recording, analyzing, and reporting of transactions created by, in most cases, a business entity. So when you get down to it, that's what it is. Now, where I see the gap is you learn accounting, debits and credits, and that's the basis of the discipline. So what I meant by is, you learn it at Durham Tech is not going to be like Durham Tech accounting. This is how we do accounting, and you go to the MAC program in the state of Carolina, and it's just dramatic. Of course, there's going to be more of an in-depth curriculum at the 4-year schools, but just basic like accounting 1, accounting 2, those core courses, they can't teach you something left. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to know what it is. So it's by knowing that and having the bookkeeping experience since I was young, it lets me bring parallels in some of the other stuff I'm doing. So I can see now I'm comfortable in accounting. I'm comfortable in this other thing. Now I could put it together and see what happens. And I was just saying that I know the teaching, in accounting coursework, they teach you to be an accountant. That's it. They teach you to be a bean counter. Because I talked to so many people, they're like, well, practice management, I don't, they don't know this stuff because it's not a school curriculum. It's something you have to learn once you get out of school, which I've done.
Being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
That's why we're going back to accounting high. We're taking it back to high school, even before university.
Oh, okay. I thought it would just move in and start featuring cannabis people or something.
It's also a lot of that too.
You would think, right?
Oh, that's what I saw. You see where my mind was. I was like, accounting high. Okay. All right. I see you.
Maybe I should call it AHS. Maybe I should call it AHS. Accounting High School.
Yeah. Nah, I like accounting high. You know what I'm saying? Can you do
I like accounting high margins too. That's what I want to talk about too.
Yeah. Well, let's talk. Let's talk it up. Yeah. Mine suck right now, but that's okay.
All right. Well, I think the stage is pretty set. So I took some notes from our earlier conversation.
Okay.
And I got those in front of me. One of the episodes
How many times are you talking?
released. Well, what are you talking about?
Offline? Without me?
Yeah, offline.
Yeah, I was saying, you sound a little put out over here.
Yeah, he does, man. He's hurt, yeah.
I just show up.
A recent episode I released was Making Accounting Scalable, the title of a recent episode. And that was a word that came up as we were talking too.
Yes.
What does that mean when you say setting it to scale? Setting your business up to scale?
Short for me, it means setting it up to run without me. So
right.
It's just basically saying that the functions it takes for the business to run can be done by others, and you don't need me for anything. I set in my model is I set policy and kind of guiding it, but I like leaving it to the people I put in place to get it done within our parameters. So to me, that's what success will look like. Scaling and things are working, and obviously I'm able to pay my folks and pay myself, which I'm able to somewhat now. But the scalability it's necessary, and it's necessary for me because I'm an entrepreneur. Because once it scales and it's running, that frees me up.
Mad wax.
There you go. See, I'm saying.
Now, how many employees do you have?
Wow, I have a team of 8, I think, but and some are contractors, some are offshore. You know what I'm saying? So
that's part of scaling too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's also part of margins. That's what a lot of people are exploring with these days. So when you start, running up from 2010, moving forward, what are some big moments? Like, when did you hire your first employee? What was the
2013?
2013.
And the story behind that is this is why I know I'm a little off. So I said, finally, I'm like, look, I need some assistance. Okay. So I put out Craigslist, believe it or not. I put it out on Craigslist. And long story short, I ended up hiring 2 people when I didn't know how I was going to pay one person. But I hired 2 because one more of an assistant, and one she has essentially became the marketing coordinator, and we've learned marketing for the firm together. I mean, about 9 years. But yeah, that was real entrepreneur. Like literally, I'm sitting up here like I don't know how I'm gonna pay these, one person, and here I go. I ordered 2. It was light hours, but and it worked out. You know what I'm saying.
Sometimes it does.
Yeah, sometimes it does. I ain't mad at it though. But that was the first hire. Yeah,
2013, and then you were pretty early cloud adopter too.
Yes, I was.
I've met you or found you through. I would see you on the Xero directory and a lot of the Xero stuff too. So this was early days. Not too many people in our area in the Triangle were even using Xero. There was Gina Scott, there was you, and there was me. Yeah, and that was pretty much it.
That's it.
And then there's Ackerman in Charlotte.
Okay, he got it held down. I thought he was in Miami.
I love that.
He's tan and the way he's got his shirt on. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, unbuttoned. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a guy you don't want to with in Miami. I love that.
Yeah, you might be the guy. Yeah, you might be the guy.
If you need some of that accounting high, come down to Miami.
He'll get you really high down there.
I'm like the guy. Did you watch Tiger King? I'm the guy in Miami with like the 15 tigers, just for fun. That's you. Just in Miami. Okay. Wow. Like a big hardcore drug dealer. That's the vibe I'm going for. I'm glad you picked up on it.
Yeah, so the Charlotte part threw me off. I was like, Charlotte? Yeah, but it's cool. Yeah, but you a problem. You a problem. I see that. You a problem.
That's funny. He's the problem today.
Yeah,
I'm a good boy.
But yeah, the cloud adoption was early. Where that came from, well, my parents are still in New York, and they're getting older. And I went through divorce in the process of starting this firm. But I started having to check. My mother has she has dementia, but slight, So about 2012 or so, I started thinking about, hey, I need assistance. That's what we went to the hiring. And I need to be able to work wherever I am, because if I'm up there, if I'm at the beach, if I'm at Miami with the Tiger guy, I got to be able to tap into my stuff. And ironically, it was a client of mine who was using Xero. And I went and looked at, let me check this out. It's like, oh, this is pretty cool. It was nice. And I rock with it ever since.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful accounting software. Mm-hmm. Yeah, only an accounting nerd would say that. What is beautiful accounting? Anyway, that's beautiful.
What were you going to say about beautiful accounting?
No, I was just saying, don't give them a sponsorship. They got to pay for that.
Heavy over there.
I'm like the lawyer. I'm the Miami lawyer. It's like, don't say that.
Yeah. He's the accountant.
Stop.
He's also the accountant.
Accountant and
I'm definitely the accountant. Scott can't do accounting, so I got to do that too.
Well, I'm going back to accounting high.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong. It's like riding a bike. I guess we should say proper accounting.
That's right. Proper accounting. He can do accounting.
I'm a creative accountant. Yeah, I'm the creative accountant.
He actually did the accounting for Sons of CPAs, now Accounting High, and everything was coded to general expenses. Like everything to general expenses.
It was accounted for.
It was accounted for. Thank you.
I mean,
I'm like, if my client did that, I would kill them. And he did it.
Yeah, he did it. Got to be more careful. But anyway, so look, Xero was cool. And I mean, honestly, I'm in the process of really tapping into the benefit of Xero.
After 7 years?
Yeah.
What do you mean by the benefit?
I'm saying touting the benefits to the end users, to the people, to
the clients.
Yeah, because I mean, we use it as write up. I mean, I come from the era of write up stuff.
So you're doing mostly like, instead of you taking their bank statements, you just get their bank statements and code it.
Well, yeah, I get the feed set up, and then I code it. But we're trying to roll things out to get more of these people, especially gig industry and everybody, their mother got some type of thing, because I'm ready to put the doctrine. Well, first of all, the word is out. If you bring a shoebox to me, it's according to how I'm feeling. If the shoebox starts at 10,000, period.
I love that. I love that.
That's what it starts. You got a shoebox.
If they get the shoebox to go straight in that river. Get out of here.
You can do that. That's if I like
that goes to the other port.
Yeah, it goes up. But that's if I like you. Oh, I believe what you're doing. If I don't like you, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not dealing with that. Because there's too much technology out here
That's the title. The title. Shoebot starts at 10,000. Write that down.
All right.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh yeah, that's would be the quote from.
I love that. 10K. Yeah.
Yo, it's just come on, man. So we're trying to. When I say power, is just really getting the system to run the way it's designed to, by making the data aggregation. The clients be part of the party, and I think it's important to mention these things because, as you guys well know, in the industry, the catchy words advisor, you had to move to advisor. You must be an advisor. CAS, advisor. But one thing, there's the fact you can't do none of that if you don't have an accounting system. Like, you can't forecast if you don't even know what their invoices is. Like, you have no idea. Yeah, he's the man. There you go. I just got a point to you. Go ahead.
I'll summarize using a curse word.
Yeah, you summarize. Basically. Like, so we can't do that. So the compliance part is critical. Like, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Listen, the average American financial literacy, and I know you've both seen this, they're scared. They're like terrified of everything. Like, if you wanted to do a cruel joke, send somebody like IRS letters for Halloween.
And a cruel joke or a cruel joke?
Cruel. Both.
Yeah.
Well, we are talking about a cruel too. If we're going to do forecasting, we got to go a cruel too.
Yeah. Well, I meant in a cruel like mean joke. Yeah,
it's just a cruel joke.
Yeah. Just send it over there and let them get an IRS.
Even more cruel, have them call the IRS.
Yeah. Be like, yo, I think they're coming down. They called me about you. Nah, that's cool. I wouldn't do that. Ethics board, no, I would never do that. But what I'm trying to say is, so the more they try to make, accounting open source or whatever, it's just the more people mess up. They don't do it. Like, Intuit got the game messed up. Straight up. Because the Intuit basically got everybody thinking, well, you don't buy the box anymore. I sign up for QuickBooks. Everything is, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? That's my accountant, the software. So, and then I don't like it because then it puts us, they compare us to QuickBooks. So I'm like,
what's funny is Intuit's like they've changed their marketing. They're like, you can't do it yourself anymore. You need an expert, but they want you to use the Intuit expert.
Yeah, they're expert, the one that's in line, online there. Yeah, that's.
But it just shows you they know that people can't do it on their own. Like, it's too complex. A tax return's too complex to do on your own. Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is that everybody's cousin or somebody, somebody's always telling somebody what they person did.
Oh yeah.
And they bring it.
Whenever someone says that, I'm like, who told you that?
Yeah. I'm like,
was it a licensed professional that told you that? Those are my favorites.
So my answer, because I got some snark too.
I know you do.
So my answer, that's why I had to stop talking to the client, like the business development. I got somebody that handles business development because but my thing is I go there and I say, they'll have all this. Well, my last practitioner said this and whatever. So my official thing is, well, you can do whatever you want. I mean, you just gotta be able to prove it, and I ain't signing the return or a variation of how much. I mean, is it worth you to go to jail? You do whatever because it's voluntary. You could put whatever you want on there, no problem.
Yeah,
I'm not signing it.
Yeah, that's what when people are like, I'm not paying these taxes. I'm like, okay, I don't care.
What difference does it make to me?
You don't have to pay the taxes. I mean, the government will take them eventually, but you don't have to pay them.
Yeah, it's crazy. I just, disrespect. I will tell you, the last couple of years, especially through COVID, because COVID, it gave people out to be a butt munch. Well, COVID, I'm stressed out. Sitting in my house all day in AC with 2,000 channels of cable, I'm stressed out. So everybody starts talking. They talk
checks
crazy.
Coming in the mail.
Yeah, I ain't even thinking about the checks. So everybody's freaking out, right? So some of these people, man, I mean, I'm just like, yo, I can't with y'all, man. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. So I've had more than one instance where I'm just like, y'all disrespecting the game, man. disrespecting the accounting game. Because I mean, like, do you go to your doctor and tell them what to prescribe you? No. Did you go to an attorney and say, well, look at this statute here. Even if you did it, you don't bring it up to them. Me and us. Oh, yeah, I was reading Google and blah, 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 blah. That's why I got something called a Google accountant. I tell people, go call your Google accountant. Yeah, you go call me, man. But anyway. I'm not
pick up where Google leaves off. So one of the lyrics in one of my raps is, I can't leave accounting alone. The game needs me. I like how you called it the game. You got to respect the game.
Got to respect the game, man. And that's what I'm saying. They don't respect the game. Look, I'm on a movement. We got to reclaim positions because people ask I will guarantee you, as professionals in accounting, we get some of the ridiculous questions ever. Like, but they're supposed to be law. Like, I had a guy doing something. He sent me a quotation from like Newsweek as a basis for what should happen.
I have a client who texts me all the time, like a Newsweek article. It's like, does this make sense for me? It's like a mega Roth IRA backdoor conversion. I'm like, no.
Yeah. I'm like, what do you think? And like they putting you up on something.
Yeah.
Hey, you know about this?
You're reading a Newsweek article by like a journalist who's probably 21 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Journalist.
Yeah, it's totally disrespect. I've felt very disrespected over the last 2 years. But
So how do you communicate that to clients? Like, because I struggle with that too. It's like, we know what we're talking about. We're professionals. Listen to us.
Well, one of it is what this is. What you guys are doing here.
Rapping.
Well, yeah, rapping can do it, but being different, I think we have to position ourselves as experts. And like the thing with accountants, what we do is, and we're all trained to do this. One, we negotiate against ourselves, and two, like we're looking out for the client's interests even when we're negotiating with them. So, because that's our train, we look out for a client, but we kill ourselves by either telling them everything we're going to do. Oh, yeah, we just need to do this, take S Corp election, and then we can go in. But you tell them the whole thing, and they ear hustling you. Now, their cousin who just graduated in accounting says, well, I could do all that for you. You don't have to pay CPA or anything. I'll take care of it for $300. That's because we gave them the whole blueprint. And that's why
if someone does that, then no one can. They do. Yeah. Let them go. If people don't have the value, if they don't understand that and they want cheap, if anyone says like negotiates on price, I'm just like, you're not good. Not out. You're done.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, but the problem is, Ackerman, is not all CPAs are like you, and a lot of them negotiate against themselves.
Yeah.
Like
don't do it. I think 99% of problems can be solved with just price higher. Just price higher. That'll solve all your problems.
Yeah, you have
low profit margin, price higher. You got clients, price higher.
Shoebox starts at 10K.
Yep, that's right. And so, but
because it weeds out all the, it weeds them out.
Yeah, it does. But I think it's more so talking to the practitioners, like Scott said. I mean,
you got to understand your worth. Like they don't think they're worth. They're like they're in the hourly mindset of like I'm worth $95 an hour or something.
The common problem, and this is a quote from Professor James Heyward. Get paid for what we know, not for what we do.
There you go. That's the way I've gone for it. And it's a pivot. I'm pivoting too. I still got these. That's why when people say, well, how many clients you have? I got clients, but they're not the future. You know what I'm saying? I'm re-engineering.
Yeah, it's hard when you start. Like you need anything. Yeah, I'll take anybody.
Now I'm like, no, I'm not with that anymore. And we're actually, getting our verticals together. We're gonna go after it. As I said, I got a business development team. Yeah, I'm going for it because I don't want to talk to them. That's not the problem. Is I don't want to.
Well, you want it to scale without you.
But even the intake with the clients, because I know I'm passionate about the subject. So they're gonna get every call I do. You're getting a couple $100 worth of information for free because that's when we start talking. Accountants, they were like, "Girl, I'm thinking."
It makes us feel better because we're helping somebody.
We're helping. Well, the person I'm trying to help now is me. That's who. that's what I'm trying to help. You know, I mean, it's like, but it's a challenge. It is really a challenge, and because I want to help people, but people take advantage, and especially when you start getting out there and the way that we're drawing leads, that we've been, like, we get a lot of people. I don't get many referrals because we get everything coming through our website. So you getting people, you don't know who these people are. They coming in, they change accountants every year. I mean,
you don't want those either. That's actually a good question to ask that we need to add. Write this down, Scott, for our type form. We share type forms. Like, how often do you change CPAs? And if it's like every year, then just like, that is kick them out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Guys, I used to call people out though. See, I'm kind of the worst because they would say that I'm changing. The first question I'd ask them, you owe them any money?
Yeah.
Because this is the thing to all practitioners, especially young ones, you start in your firm. The client's last accountant probably isn't as bad as the client is telling you they are. I never pay attention to that.
Yeah,
ever.
Exactly. Like, they're so bad. It's like,
What makes you think they're not going to say that about you to the next one?
Yeah, they certainly are, and I know for a fact because I know this happened. So, but this particular client didn't know that I had a rapport with the next client, with the next accountant. So I said, yeah, okay. So I told the next client to charge them triple. I said they're Peter, charge them triple. Say, get your money. They ain't gonna be around long. Well, yeah, I know, man.
So what are you working at your firm to transition it to higher profitable clients?
2 parts. My main worry is workflow right now. To get when the stuff comes in, we start. We have a systematic process for onboarding, doing the production and the relationship with the client success, we call it now. So I'm trying to work in that and get all my workflows for the tasks that we do together so that my offshore and anybody else can follow that. We use Jetpack. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if they're not a sponsor.
Could be.
Yeah, but we use that. So it's one place, and then marketing, really going after verticals now.
And what are the verticals you're going after?
Whoo, check this out. And I'm gonna give you the ones that's law, medical, nonprofits, daycare, and the one that I totally can't believe that I overlooked, mobile DJs. I was like, well, how stupid am I? I know the freaking business because I've done it.
That's my people, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, what? I don't understand what I was thinking because I had entertainment. I always put entertainment, but mobile DJs, we're going for it, and we're gonna really. I'm gonna try to build that because I know them. I'm talking about like wedding, guy people that's working, not they in the crib and they draw spinning. I don't need you for that. But the mobile DJs, so that's what we're going to focus on because we have remnants of that in all sections. And our firm, I mean, we are focused on Black owned or minority owned businesses because that's the yeah, and it's underserved. It's understood. The information is so. That's why I said the Google questions I get are like, really? Like you just asked me that, like because the information is circulated. But those are the verticals I'm looking for, and just being like, okay, now we're going to pay attention to marketing. We've gotten great awareness through our social media and all that. Now it's time to get action, have actionable results from campaigns. So I think overall speaking, I'm working on the minutia. Believe it or not, I'm working on getting the minutia itemized, and I'm gassed up on it too. Like, I told my team the other day, I said, I think I'm gonna rewrite my entire business plan. I'm like, one, because I got time to do it because they doing all the work. But two is I really want to get to the little things, getting the little things together to be able to make it scale. Also, to have it so that if somebody else, if we need somebody else, we have a way of just bringing them in. They just come in like, hey, this is what we do. Give you a training period. Let's roll. So that's what I'm working on.
Here's the problem I have is I focus too much on the details. I think a lot of accountants struggle with that too. Because we dive into the minutia, we dive into all the details, and sometimes I fail to see the bigger picture. When you're giving me all of these verticals, that's a lot of verticals, right? Like,
yeah, it is. It is, but I'm a marketer at heart.
Okay.
So that's the, and well, when I say I understand.
An MC.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Look, I've done all this stuff. It's just the matter of, it's about inbound marketing, but it's about positioning ourselves in the like right now. When I say minutia, I mean in terms of compared to the big thing, because I'm a big picture thinker all the time. So my minutia might still be other people's big picture. So that's what I'm saying. Like getting down to, but it's more so like making sure we execute what we offer in a manner that's efficient for us. And then we try to, in terms of the verticals, they've been there. And it's just that I'm going to campaign them one at a time. I'm not going to try to marketing campaign all of them simultaneously, because we have to be able to put our resources together and figure out. But what it does, well, I'm using it more for building an avatar of the client. So I understand who
client avatar.
Yeah. Who's the perfect, and then based on your standard deviation from that, whether or not we'll rock with you. That's
find that persona.
Yeah. That's persona. Some of them. I got good clients though. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna go now, there like that.
So a big topic is diversity in the accounting industry.
Yeah, got it covered.
You got it covered.
Yeah, when I show up.
But I guess, how do we get more minority people in accounting? What do you think? What are we doing wrong?
As a profession. Wow, I think it's illuminating the profession and having practitioners such as myself in where this the big four or big company is not the only way to be an accountant. And I know big time in the Black community, especially, these professions are thought to, you're going to do very well. You're going to do super well. And it's not really thinking about like, hey, this is something you may not, you could do accounting till the lights go out. Like, so you can do it your whole life if you wanted to. So it's trying to.
And you can do very well in accounting.
Oh, you definitely can. Yeah. So that's why you got to prune your client base every year, because they're holding you back. But I think it's bringing more, because when you go, most people go, I'm a CPA. Oh, you the tax man. Yeah. I'm the tax guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's so limited to understand what you can do, even move. You can actually go into corporate and become a CEO or something, because as an accountant, there's things that you have to learn. Well, I tell people every transaction has a story behind it. So if we're working, analyzing the transaction, you have to understand the business in order to truly do the accounting. I mean, you can do the bookkeeping, just put that there. I tell you to put here and there. But when you're an analyzer and you looking at different things, you look at the balance sheet. Like I'm able to know exactly what certain people come on when I look at their stuff, and I say, oh, blah blah blah. So you're doing this, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, here. And so showing people in the minority sphere that you can do that, I think would expand. It'll expand the pool, and in smaller firms like ours are really going to help, because a corporate, it's a game. You go in as a staff accountant sitting there. They want you to become CPA. You do that. They outsource all their tax work anyway. They said, I have a friend that worked at one of the big four. And she was like, yeah, it's in India. They don't do anything. So you don't learn anything about the business of accounting. You just there. So now it seems like, oh, well, we need to go to big four or something big, mid-size. It's not as many. I'm not going to have a mentor in there, whereas I see if I can grow my firm larger, because I've had interns over the years, and I tell them, your experience with me ain't going to be nothing like when you go get a quote unquote real job. I'll tell you that right now. But you're going to see the business because you're sitting here with me. You're going to understand what's going on in the business. But I always suggest people go work for one of those standards, even for a year, so you can see what not to do in your firm.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you say,
do the opposite.
Yeah. So, but yeah, getting the diverse, and it has to be. It's not a Kool-Aid solution. It has to be consistent and consistent. I'll tell you the hardest, the part that is troubling is that how many people of color sit for the exam. That's where it goes, because a lot of times the exam, they'll sit for the exam and they don't pass. First section don't pass, and then they throw their hands up. I'm done.
Well, it's expensive too. You know, that $300.
Yeah.
It's $2,000 for
the hours too. You got to go back to school.
Yeah,
you graduate from Duke, but now you got to go to Durham
and it's
Tech
a 5
just to get your
5-year program. So
yeah, I mean, you know, but I'm saying is that in order to get more people in the profession, I've always said there are professional accountants that just don't have a CPA license, or they work in because once you get in private, like I mentioned earlier, credentials, they don't care about them. You just, you know, you just in there. So I think it has to be comprehensive, and I think it's a long-term discussion on how to create diversity. But one of some of the steps we take it beyond that is like, hey, to even share the information in the marketplace, could share to somebody, I might want to do that. So that's why my understanding of media presence, I think, can help. You know, obviously I'm not trying to solve the whole industry, just like, hey, look at me. You know, I got Baby Yoda over here, and I'm on a podcast for accounting. I just, in between time, I'm answering on Slack. There's some people doing some work in accounting. So it doesn't, you know, I'm not in a Brooks Brothers suit, although I could be. But I'm not, you know, I'm up here trying to be Miami nice like my man. You know
hey.
Yeah, so, you know.
Miami
James
Ackerman.
is the first person who understands me. Better than my wife. Better than you understand.
Better than me.
Oh, definitely way better than Scott.
Yeah,
James gets me.
I see what he is. Yeah, I get it. So, I mean,
this is the new sons of CPAs here.
Yeah, this is going down. Yo, I mean, so, I mean, that's the diversity. It's not a 1-year thing. It's going to be over time, and it's fundamental. We do a whole show on that. I mean, it's, you know, my approach is totally different from what some of the stuff that's happening.
Yeah, that's why I like James Heyward, president of the AICPA, future.
Oh no, man, it's too you work outside the system.
Brooks Brothers.
Yeah. But I would do it. I do it for a short time. Short time.
You do enough to fire everybody. You know, they're based in Durham.
Yeah, and I know the AICPA. I know exactly where they are. But you know, I'll be on more committees and stuff. This is my.
Well, that's part of the point is being more visible too, and seeing more people like you in the profession. Yeah. So being part of those organizations, then all of a sudden, you know, pamphlets and things are going to have faces of people that look like me. Yeah.
We've got enough people from Miami that look like me. We need more people.
I know.
We got too many Jews in accounting. It's already.
I mean, you know, look, hey, you know, you took to it very well. But yeah, so we're I mean, that's an underline of what I'm doing. Make sure, you know, I'm visible. And in all spaces, like, so I you know, I got to do this breakout session this week. I'm one of the speakers on that
webinar thing.
Xerocon. Xerocon, yeah.
Oh, all right. We all going to be at Xerocon?
I'm in the building. Yeah, I had a feeling Miami nice wasn't.
I'm not legally allowed to go to New Orleans per my wife. No, I'm joking. Wow. We have a small child, so I can't go. Normally, I would be there. Yeah. It's also New Orleans, like. Clearly, someone from New Zealand planned this because they did New Orleans in August.
Yeah,
like
in August. Yeah, I was like, "What are y'all trying to do?"
They didn't consult me or James. That's for sure.
Like, wait.
I'd have been like, "Nope, we're gonna move this to November now."
Yeah, November would have been cool, but the vaporization is coming. So then they were like, the Xero people were like, "Well, we can't wear shorts or whatever." I said, "Well, speak for yourself."
Wait till you get down there. You'll see who's wearing shorts. Yeah. All right, so tell us, if you had one piece of advice for other CPA owners, firm owners, what would that piece of advice be?
Watch Accounting High.
Oh!
No. You weren't ready for that, huh?
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. So you do that.
We're podcast only, though. You don't want to see our face. God no.
I will not. Listen to it.
But either way, they get the face for radio.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I think for owners, man, it's the cliche. Take time to work on the business and learn how the business works. And really, and how it works for you too. Like, think about the fact that this is supposed to help you. You want to help these other people, but you gotta get something out of it. I mean, because everybody got the violin. Oh man, oh my, they just garnished my account. I mean, I always say that's like a train. You knew it was coming.
Yeah,
like,
if they garnish your account, you've been like, you've gotten, that's 5 years of notices.
You've gotten all the notices. So then it's a conspiracy after the money gets taken. And I'm like, okay. So, but yeah, I would say that I think it's really the owner hat thing. Like, you have to train yourself to be an owner because you're going to think different when you're doing it. When you're doing all the work, it's a totally different ball game than when you're thinking about it as owner and what moves you want to make and what has to happen. So, but it's not easy. I mean, but hey, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Shoebox starts at 10K.
So what we got going around. I think you know what? I'm gonna make a meme with that. I'm gonna put it.
You can put you can just take a picture of this.
And just put that up there. Yeah.
James,
this guy is crazy.
I'm done.
You're only missing the chain, man.
I'm not cool enough for a chain. I'll never be cool enough for a chain. I know my lane. I'm not rapping. I'm not chaining. No,
you just need a little.
He's not chaining.
I'm not chaining.
Hey,
not chaining.
Come on, man.
Chained. That's what you wear in jail. That's not for me.
No. You have to have the look. You know what?
You know what? My wife, I buy chains for her, and I can't afford a chain.
No, you have to get something. Crowder say get you a Cuban link with freaking.
Get you a gold one.
I need one with a domino on it for Miami. I'll work on that.
There you go. Yeah, it'll work. Your whole look.
All right. Well, tell us how do we listen to your podcasts and where do we find you?
Okay, I got 2 things happening. One, every other Saturday I do Heyward CPA Live, which you can catch from our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. So it's Heyward on Facebook.
So you can do your live. So you answer like live questions.
Yeah, that's the theory. But we're trying to. It's more about how to run a business. The purpose is how, because people always telling little stuff. We talk about how to do it, and then I also host and produce a podcast named the Financial Flip Side Podcast, where we do real money talk. And we talk about all aspects, economics, everything from, with the vernacular as you hear from me today. So that's the
financial flip.
Yep, financial flip. So it started. It started like being a mechanism for the firm, but back to the point where I was saying that the lack of education about things. That's what we're trying to do. I just redid the site, so we're trying to build back up. But we got 30 podcast episodes, which I know that's like the weekend for you guys, but that's all. But
Scott.
Yeah. So but those are the 2 properties we're working on.
I got more than 30 unreleased episodes.
That's what I'm saying. You out of you're on it. I mean, I'm not. My cadence isn't like that. But
I'm working on my cadence. I didn't have any music yet. I got to work on my cadence.
Yeah, you got to work on that so you can paste the music. So no, but Financial Flip Side, and that's it. You go to the website financialflipside.com, and you can go to heywardcpa.com/blog. Check everything you need to find us, and for any media appearances.
If you see him in Xerocon, which would have been about 4 months ago when we released this, say hi.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cold when you release this, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like January.
Yes, sir.
I'm in the January.
It might
January,
even be
February.
next August. It might be warm again.
So you're listening. But
you're listening to the future.
What do you mean? It stays warm in Miami year round.
Well, yeah. That's hurricane season. I'll be in.
Not in February.
I'll be back in New York by then.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever you got going on, my friend. But
Miami Ackerman.
Yeah, Miami Ackerman. I love it. I'm
gonna fully embrace that now. There's gonna be even more.
I'm gonna get him a chain that says Miami Ackerman.
There's no more buttons, but I'm gonna start buying shirts with more buttons.
Yeah, you gotta buy the button up. But if you get him the chain, then it's on.
He's too lazy for buttons, but he's gonna get the buttons just so he can show them. Show your buttons.
That's what people want. All right, James. This has been amazing. Everyone, go listen.
Try. Yeah, try.
Check him
holler
out.
at the boy. Got any questions, comments, concerns? And I'm here all week. I do other podcasts. Oh, can I solicit on your show? Hey,
sure.
Look, if you want me to talk, yeah. I mean,
he will. He is a podcast whore. He'll go on any podcast.
No, I'm not gonna say what I was about to say, but
he's buttoning up for us.
No, not
James
really.
James is buttoned up.
What I was gonna say is whores get paid. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, so it's a profession. But no, I'm always just out here. Get in touch with. So we should be full accounting high by the time this comes.
Absolutely. Metaphorically and literally.
Scott's driving over there right now. You guys are like 10 minutes away.
All directions.
Oh yeah, we're chilling.
Yeah.
We're chilling.
Shit, it'll be legal in North Carolina by the time this is released.
Yeah, so that would be. We might have to tag something at the end to be a little.
That's my next vertical. Once it's legal.
Yeah,
I'm diving in. I already got the name. Counting High.
Yeah, you got it. Counting High password. Password podcast. But cool, guys. Thank for having me.
Oh, awesome. Great. Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Take care.
Right. Peace out.
All right. Easy.